Welcome back to the Channel Audio Group's official podcast. I think we got a fun one for you today. It's about focusing on choosing live music for your event. Now, I know it sounds easy. I know it sounds like you can just, throw open a Yellow Pages book and grab the first band that jumps out at you, but that's not how it works here at Channel Audio Group. We're professionals, and we're going to give you a little bit of advice on how to proceed with this choice, okay? So let's just jump right into it. Live music can really set an event apart, guys, especially if the music is carefully selected for an audience in the tempo that you want. The right band or DJ can help create an event that people will talk about for years to come. Now, live music can be the soundtrack of an event, or it can take center stage. But how do you find the right act? How do you know that your guests will be entertained from the moment they arrive? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's by listening to Channel Audio. So let's talk about the event itself. There's different types of events, and they need different musical styles. Now, if you're hiring for a themed event, you need to choose appropriate music that creates the right atmosphere. If you want several musical styles for the event, you can hire more than one musician. Maybe you need a band for dancing in the evening, but something to kind of sedate the crowd in the background during the day. Now, if so, some larger bands are happy to break into smaller acts to provide different music for the day, then join back together for a more upbeat performance in the evening. Whatever you choose, a pianist, string quartet, or a rock band, make sure to think about the appropriate musical style before booking the music talent. Now let's get on to the audience, probably the focus of choice. The age is certainly something that makes a difference when it comes to musical taste, because an audience should be able to relate to the music. If your audience is a specific age group, then booking an act is easier. But if you're expecting a mixture of ages, you will need to find something that has broad appeal across the expected age range of your guests. Okay, we're not wanting 80-year-olds raging face. We're trying to keep it calm, maybe a little Mozart for that crowd. That's pretty subjective, so up to you. Now, the venue size is going to be another factor to consider, because it's going to be how many people you expect to attend, as this will have a direct effect on the sort of band or DJ you want. As a general rule, bigger crowds need bigger bands. Come on, 1 + 1, which will require a larger sound for setup. Now, make sure that venue can accommodate the needs of both the audience and the musicians. You need to avoid overcrowding, and also make sure that you do not swamp a small crowd in a massive venue. You don't want any of those awkward situations where you're jamming out and it's just about 3 or 4 of you in a monster hall. Not cool. Let's move on to the budget. Once you have narrowed down the number of bands or DJs that you fit your criteria, you can start talking about cost. Yeah. Think about talent price in relationship to the quality you require. The larger or better known a band or musician is, the more they're going to charge, okay? We're not going to get a Lil Uzi Vert for $5.99, okay? If you have a limited budget, simply try talking to a band and seeing if they are willing to negotiate. Sometimes band will reduce their fee to fill a gap in their schedule or last-minute cancellation. For instance, an up-and-coming band may be prepared to charge less in return for some extra promotion from you. So always keep your options open when negotiating the final fee. Another important thing, like anytime you're making a decision, is to look at the reviews and recommendations, just like you would do with Yelp, and so forth. If you are using the internet to discover potential acts, be sure to read the reviews from audience members at a band's performance that they have previously had. Online reviews tend to be honest and are essential if you are entirely unfamiliar with the band and their work. Industry colleagues and friends can also give valuable feedback on bands and musicians they have personally enjoyed at past events. This might be a little trickaroo for you, but go deep diving into their social medias. If you don't see they have a lot of followers, if you see their videos are trash, then they're probably trash. Alrighty then, this will segue nicely into our next topic that we need to discuss, which is the auditioning phase. Guys, you should never hire a band or individual that you have never seen or heard. Most musicians love showing off their musical prowess and will be happy to send you links to their music and videos of their previous performances. You want to ensure that they have enough music in their repertoire to fill your time requirements without repetition. Whenever possible, the best way to find out if a band is suitable for your event is to go and see them live. The way they look and interact with the audience is pretty much as important as their music. Okay, and finally, the last thing you guys are going to want to do is talk to your AV team. AV professionals know the industry. They understand how to work with different types of musicians and often have experience with the prominent local bands. Most importantly, your AV team is likely to know who is easy, and not so easy, to work with. They also know if you are likely, with the referral, to be able to negotiate a little bit on the fees. Remember, we were talking about budget. Find little holes while you can, guys. Sweet, so that'll wrap up this podcast for the Channel Audio Group, but I got one more little surprise for you guys, okay? So if you need to find the perfect band for your next event, well, do I got a dealio for you. Yes, that is right. Channel Audio Group is ready to connect you with any band in the Nashville area. We have a lot of musicians on deck. We're pretty well connected and we're always working different events. So if you're planning an event in the near future, just give us a call. We'll hook you up. I think that's it for us today, and I hope you guys come back soon, okay? Ciao, ciao.